Hi, my name is King Stubbs. King Hezekiah Malcolm Xavier Stubbs, born 2002 of January 18th. I love the fact that I have a twin brother. I have a twin brother. His name is Handsome Stubbs. I have another little brother named Isaiah Stubbs. And I have another little brother named Sir Jordan Stubbs. My parents' names are Latanya Stubbs and William Stubbs. I grew up watching stories and movies such as The Polar Express, The Mask movie, movies from Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and movies such as Rocky and Terminator and Mr. T, and a lot of films that are animated films now that I love, like Guardians of the Galaxy and SpongeBob and all the Disney Channel Mickey Mouse shows. And I grew up watching Tom and Jerry and all the Looney Tunes shows. Now, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I went to Aversboro Elementary, and I went to Preeminent Charter School, and I went to Carnage Middle School, and I went to Enloe High School. I am class of 2020. My journey of life. I grew up playing basketball and football and soccer and hockey and a variety of different sports. Sports was a calling in my family and life. Not only was sports a fundamental ground for obedience, I had my father play beautiful jazz music and music from hip hop such as Biggie Smalls and Busta Rhymes. And I grew up loving sounds from all over that my father would show me, such as DOS Effects and Helter Skelter and a variety of Anita Baker and Whitney Houston. My favorite current artist now is Toby Wigway, and I make music too. I love to make music. Another artist that my father and mother had showed me was Mary Mary and a lot of the gospel artists such as Tatri Bet. Music is what helps me cope with a lot of things. So my father is from Washington, D.C., born and raised. And every time we go to D.C., he'll show us all his elementary school and his schools he went to and his family and everything in Washington, D.C. We would attend family, summer family reunions. And my father has about 6 or 7 siblings. So he has about 5 sisters. And he has a little brother. And those sisters are half sisters. So my father's little brother name is DeMonte Thornton. And my father's mother's name is Norita Thornton. And my father's grandmother raised all the kids and generations. Her name is Leanna Mae Doris Thornton Tucker Green. Now she has had 4 kids. One of the kids had died early on. He was really an intelligent, smart, vibrant young man. And then the other child, his name is Dorcia. So Aunt Dorcia is one of my favorite people. She has taught me all things happiness. And under Aunt Dorcia, I have my uncle, no, my father's mother is the middle child. So it's Aunt Dorcia, Norita, and Uncle John John. Now, Aunt Dorcia has 3 daughters who rise. They were educators. They are educators. They're still living to this day. And they are amazing women who have helped raise me growing up also. They are in industries such as fashion and business women, women of theology. And my father's mother, which is the middle child, Norita, she is amazing. She has 3 kids on her own, 4 kids on her own, 4 kids. So my father is the oldest child from Norita. Then it goes to Kaya Stubbs and Michelle. Michelle, I worked at her company when I was in 8th grade for the summer. It was all things fashion. And that's where I really learned about more fashion. And I started painting my t-shirts and clothes and everything and putting positive messages on all of my clothes as soon as I got to high school. And then under that is DeMonte Thornton, my father's baby brother. He is all things art and tattoos. He owns his own tattoo shop, and he paints clothes and has his own clothing line, and he helped me learn the value of art. He would paint murals. I remember when I was working with my aunt in that 8th grade summer, he woke me up at 6 a.m. every day to pass out flyers, 1 million flyers all over DC. And he would paint murals and stuff and show me the culture of Washington, D.C., like the Chuck Brown Park and other things such as that. So my father's side has an incredible, beautiful side. And my father's father, he's an amazing person. I just visited him in the vet hospital because he was a veteran. He's an extraordinary grandfather. And he has a couple of daughters of his own. So that's a bit of my father's side. And my father, he went to St. Aug's College and met my mother at St. Aug's College, and they had me and my twin brother and went to go get married in Myrtle Beach. So my great-grandmother owns a farm in the local Charlotte, Myrtle Beach area in between South Carolina and North Carolina. My grandmother owns a farm there with her 3 siblings, her two siblings living side by side of her in that local area with their grandchildren that grow up. And we go visit for Thanksgiving and other events, and we'll all get together because we'll all be in that area. So we have my great-great-grandmother's on my father's side. Her little brother is Tim, Uncle Tim, and he's an extraordinary person also. And my grandmother's sister is an amazing person also. She's extraordinary. Her grandchildren call her and her husband Uma and Oompa. That's a beautiful side of my father's side. and my father and mother as they met at St. Nog's College. My father was studying film and African American history, and I was to grow up and see my father show me leaders like Shaka Zulu and Martin Luther King, and the main brother who is always speaking on floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. So my amazing father taught me all things culture of African Americans. And my amazing mother she studied a variety of things in college. I'm not sure what she was studying at the time, but my amazing mother in 2024 got her master's degree in school counseling. So I'm so proud of my mother. On my mother's side, my mother, her mother, no, my mother's mother is Grandma Lana Shields, which lives in Garner, North Carolina, and I eat dinner with her every Sunday in my family. So my mother's grandmother is amazing. My mother's grandmother is from Ohio. And just to recap, my father's grandmother is from DC, and a lot of the family moved up and down from DC in the local Charlotte, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, North Carolina border area. So going back to my mother, her grandmother is from Ohio. So a lot of my mother's family is from Ohio, and my mother's grandmother had 2 kids, a boy and a girl. So my grandma, my mom's mom, grew up in Ohio and worked at Hallmark and learned how to do calligraphy and cursive writing, and she was a school teacher for 30 plus years and everything. So my mother's mother went to college in DC, met her husband in DC, became a school teacher for 30 plus years, raised my mother and my mother's sister. My mother's sister is Sharice Shields, she lives in California. My mother's sister works with Home Depot and a lot of their commercials and marketing, and was in one of Michael Bublé's music videos a couple of years ago. So my mother has a big family, but I know my mother's father's family a little more than my mother's family. So my mother's father's family, Mr. William Shields, he has 7 brothers and sisters, which one of my grandfather on my mother's side, one of those siblings lives in Winston-Salem with about 6 kids and 25 to 20 grandkids. So I have an amazing, beautiful family on my mother's side and my father's side. My father currently now is working and saving up and works at State Employee Credit Union. And my mother now is in the process of getting a job for school counseling. I'm King Stubbs, and I grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. I grew up traveling, playing travel basketball and competing with athleticism. I grew up in a neighborhood where all the boys and girls would come outside and play basketball. So at the age of 12, my father gave me my first music studio, and I would invite everybody over and make a lot of music. So on that journey to making a lot of music, I was able to read books from Brendon Burchard and Gary Vee and learn more about positivity and marketing and all things people and kindness and happiness and joy. I was able to be a shining light to others. I was able to love and be more kind. And I was making a lot more hood music back then. I love my hood music. I love culture. And I want to feature with people in those kind of songs and different things and all types of music and stuff. So I love the fact that I grew up in a neighborhood full of Vietnamese people, Chinese people, Africans, people from Singapore and people from Brazil and Australia, people from all over the world were in my neighborhood. Latino, Mexican, all types of cultures and people were in my neighborhood. And I was able to make music with them, to fellowship with them, to learn more about people and life and what mistakes to make and what mistakes not to make. I love my life. I love the journey and I love learning. So when I was in middle school, I played the trumpet. My twin brother played the violin. And my other little brothers were so excited about life and they would play video games. Now, my father was big on video games. My father ended up collecting almost every video game in the world, getting it on a computer, and we were playing every single video game from Mario to Street Fighter to now my littlest brother plays Roblox and is an amazing Roblox person. Let me know if y'all know how to get music on Roblox. I want to try that one day. So back to the story. I love people. When I got to high school, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would skip school so much. I would go hang out with friends and try to be cool and do all this stuff. And I had my nice jewelry on, my fake Gucci. I had everything I've ever wanted in high school. I worked from 9th grade to 12th grade at McDonald's in White Oak of Garner, North Carolina. And my journey of working there, I was able to talk to old people every Saturday morning. Every day when I would get off from work, I would head straight there and I would learn about old people and young people and life and families and teamwork and journeying and growing and loving. And I've had some good days, some bad days at that company, but it taught me resilience. I was able to wake up at 4:45 a.m. pumped. I would read my Bible, read my books of Evan Carmichael and Brendon Burchard, and listen to a lot of Gary Vee and watch Daily V. And I was so pumped and excited to catch the bus at 5:15 in the morning to go to school and learn. Now, shout out to my Italian teacher who taught me Italian, and shout out to my English teacher who taught me English, such as Langston Hughes and a variety of people. So, as I journey up to after high school, the last week of high school, I was grilling some meat on the grill, and boom, I accidentally set my family house on fire. Now, that set the journey to me being positive, motivational, and grateful. Right at that moment, I realized that we all are going to make mistakes. We all can grow from things. So I moved in with my mother. I was living with my father at that time. I moved in with my mother. So as I moved in with my mother, I was confused. But my mother brought me back to the church. I was going to church every other Sunday before then, but that 2020, when everything had happened, I had got fired from McDonald's. I had accidentally burned my family house down. We got it rebuilt, of course, but that started the journey to me. I made I made 3 albums off of doing crack. I accidentally fell into the crack cocaine, me and my twin brother. Shout out to my twin brother. He accidentally really messed up a little more, went to in and out of Holly Hill. Now in 2024, my twin brother is healed, saved, sanctified. He is the most beautiful, kind soul ever. So messing up a lot, God has taught me the lesson to where no human is perfect. I made 3 albums of motivation and positivity off crack, y'all. And I tell you, I don't smoke no more drugs, nothing. I'm so grateful that turned my life around. I got healthy. I started saving, started listening to the Word of God at Word of God Fellowship, 3000 Rock Quarry Road. Shout out to Pastor Mitch Summerfield. Shout out to Brother Mel Thomas. Shout out to the leaders of our amazing community in Southeast Raleigh. So, as I journey into 2021, I got a job at Gregory Pool. Started helping Gregory Pool. I was the only African American boy, the youngest, helping with bulldozers and driving bulldozers by the state fairground in North Carolina, in Raleigh, North Carolina. Working there for 8 months, I tried to convince the Gregory Pool III, the leader of the company, hey, I'm really good at social media. I want to be able to help y'all with social media, grow different things and this, that, and the third. Remind you, that was my days and months of detoxation. No drugs, no smoking, no nothing. I mean, I was getting so clean and clear, y'all. So clean and clear, y'all, to where my mindset was focused. I was day trading attention. I was in the clouds and dirt creating digital art, making my music, doing music videos, learning how to be more into personal development, setting emotional triggers on my phone alarms, telling myself that I am an extraordinary, marvelous, brilliant, supercasualistic, espialidocious human in our society. So working at Gregory Pool was another life changer. Then I started working for this company called Trans-Pacific Suppliers Alliance. So that company, we was importing and exporting items from China that was for cars, car parts and different things. Working there, so both of those jobs, I had bosses who did not like me. They hated my positivity. They thought I was weird, crazy. They thought I ain't know nothing. And I would motivate those people and clap it up and love those people. And remind you, both of those companies had only about 15 to 20 people in that environment. So after the Trans-Pacific Suppliers Alliance, I get hired at Amazon. Amazon hires me. So my journey at Amazon has been one of the most greatest experiences. I've met billions of people who are loving, who are kind, who are amazing at this company. I have learned how to save up at this company, Amazon. I have learned how to battle trials and tribulations. Mind you, my twin brother was still sick at the time when I first started. And my twin brother is healed right now. That shows proof that God and Jesus is real. Mind you, my journey at Amazon helped afford for me to buy my first car 2023 of November. I was able to help my mom pay her college off working at Amazon. I was able to learn leadership and courage and resilience and kindness. I was able to scream to the top of my lungs for 10 hours from 6 p.m. to 5 in the morning, Sunday through Wednesday, to everybody. Keep up the beautiful work. Keep up the amazing work. You're doing marvelous, marvelous. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You are amazing. You are extraordinary. Amazing, amazing. I'm still able to do that till this day. I'm loving the journey. I'm loving the process. So we enter into now. We enter into the ending of 2024, getting into 2025. I'm King Stubbs, and what I'm working on now is I'm in the process of writing my book. I'm in the process of learning how to stay focused in God and Jesus and keeping God first. I'm in the process of building. I'm in the process of learning more how to do digital animations, how to make kindness and personal development a core pillar to life. How can I put God first? How can I make the Lord's righteousness and loving factor a core part to layering the icing on the cake, to adding a variety of fruits to that basket? So I've had a couple of ideas. I had some business ideas, such as in 2024, 2025, I'm having business ideas that, for instance, in maybe 10, 20 years, I want to do a variety pack of goods, of baked goods, maybe 25 different flavors. All, like, you know how they got 5 different flavors of chips, maybe 25 different flavors, and within a variety pack of baked goods. Another business idea I had was maybe to have a website where you could choose 5 to 10 variety of different items, and we can make a baked good out of those items that you would like. Another business idea I had was I want to be able to start a company where I can get more of our people involved into music and God and books. Maybe I can start a company where I can help people launch their first book, their first music, and their first creative digital art, all in one package for maybe $5 a month. I've been learning a lot more about NFTs. I want to be able to, not on my first book, or maybe on my first book or on my second book, I want to be able to put a QR code up on the book, and the QR code leads you to my NFT, and you can get the royalties from my music on the NFT. So with the NFT, what utilities would you get? You would get a free Bible or book, or you would get a free Kang t-shirt with a free basket of flowers or fruit 2 times to 3 times a year, with that NFT owning of my royalties of my music. So I have a variety of goals and aspirations and dreams and ideas. I want to feature in the creative writing, the music, the digital art, the motivation, the faith and word of God. I want to collaborate with more people in these different things and build something meaningful with them. I'm King Stubbs. King! And I love bringing the joy. I love the journey. I love creating. I love being able to come up with ideas and stay focused and be unwavering. Sometimes things are going to change in life. Sometimes you have to back out of things that you thought that were good for you, but maybe not. Sometimes you can't listen to what other people say, and like Gary Vaynerchuk said, put your fingers in your ears and just stay focused and listen to yourself. I want to shout out to another person, Maha Gaber, Maha Abulinian, I think that's her name. She inspired me also, and Clyde Silver. I want to shout out to all the people in the Stubbs family, the Thornton family, all the families across the world who have supported me. I want to Shout out to all beautiful, amazing, courageous, extraordinary people in our society. Shout out to Pharrell. Shout out to all the people who love people. I'm so excited to be alive, and I'm so grateful. Shout out to Eric Thomas. Shout out to all the leaders. And I do want to say this again. Shout out to Pastor Mitch Summerfield. He's an amazing pastor. He has helped me reframework my mind to faith over fear. I tell you, my testimony in my life, if I can have been through all those things, circumstances, and still be here till this day and rise from adversity like a phoenix or like an amazing, beautiful bird that's soaring in the sky. This is your winning season. No more delays, no more procrastinating. And sometimes it's going to be 2 hours a day of work. Sometimes it's going to be 18 hours a day of work. Sometimes it's going to be 8 to 10 hours a day of work. Don't beat yourself up, and always keep moving forward. The past is the past. We're growing, we're learning. Being able to share your testimony and rise and grow. I mean, I tell you, I've learned from people like Eminem and 50 Cent's story, all the way to the story of the Obamas, all the way to the story of a man in the Nordics, like Finland, all the way to the bottom of New Zealand, where people growing in the American Samoas. I've learned so many things about people and cultures. I love learning and I love the journey. Shout out to all of the actors